we're going to dive into the purpose of this presentation is to give you some, oh, wait, there, admit. Okay, the purpose of this presentation is to really allow you to tap into yourself. How are you feeling? How are you doing in your life? How can you improve your quality of life, your well-being, your health, and also empower your mindset so that you can live just a happier life. So here we go. So the objectives, this is the structure of the program today, is to help you understand what is vibrational frequency, because it is a concept that is scientific and spiritual and powerful. And so we'll start there. Then we will talk about how you can identify what's affecting your frequency. And I will teach you how you can measure your own vibrational frequency and practice some techniques to raise it so that you can experience more happiness. And then at the end, we'll do the question and answer. Okay, so first of all, before we even dive into vibrational frequency, we have to understand the concept of energy. So every person grows up with this body, and we live in a 3D reality, which we see as this is who I am. And then our identity is attached to this body, but we're not attached to what we truly are, which is the essence of our spirit, our soul, our energy, because that's what that is. And this is the main part of who we are. We are energy. Everything is energy. Everything is actually moving. Even things that are not alive are have energy. This water, in fact, oh my God, this water is so powerful. If you knew you could actually program water to heal you, it's amazing, because when you think about it, our bodies are mainly made up of water, and we are natural healing machines. It's amazing. So what does this mean? It means that at the subatomic level, at the very essence of who you are energy. You can heal. You can change the trajectory of your life by just realizing this concept, and start to look at yourself differently. Like, kind of stop looking at the external mirror, looking at yourself in the mirror, and turn that focus inside into what is really there and what do you have control of. And what you have control of is your vibrational frequency. This is such an important, powerful concept, because if you realize that this energy within you, outside of you, all around you, is affecting your health, your well-being, then and knowing that you can control it, then, I mean, it's just a big, huge concept that I'm so happy to share with you today. You know, I'm no scientist, but I am totally, health and well-being is one of my highest values. And I'm just super happy to share this with you. So basically, vibrational frequency is a movement. It's a movement of energy, and it can be measured, which is why we're here today. I'm going to teach you how to measure your frequency. And basically, being that one of the healing modalities that I use is the emotion code, we're going to look at the energy of emotions and how we can measure our state, and also how we can alter our state so that we can feel in a higher level of consciousness. So we're going to start there. Save all your questions for the end, because this might be a little much for you if you've never heard or never considered this possibility that you are amazing energy. So first, we're going to look at Dr. David Hawkins, and he wrote the book Power versus Force, where he has come up with these levels of consciousness based on our emotions. And like I said, energy can be measured, not just emotional energy, but every energy, whether it be electric, magnetic, all those scientific types of energy that we have can be measured. And so emotional energy can be measured in hertz. From on this scale, you'll see 0 hertz starting there and all the way up to 1000 hertz. The lowest emotion that can be measured is shame, and that can be measured at 20 hertz, if you see all the way on the bottom there. And then if you look to the side, you'll see like an experience that this level could be causing you to have in your life. So the, there's these different levels, right? If you can see on the right hand side, it says the destructive energy. I have to squint because my eyes, my vision's not so good. But that energy on the bottom below the green line, that is the energy that is literally constricting your life. It's making you feel heavy and making you feel stress. This is stress energy. And it literally feels like a straight jacket. And the only way I can tell you that this is because I have released some of this energy, most of this energy in myself. And now I can tell you it feels good to be me. Because once you raise your frequency above 200, which is the level of courage, when you release it and you start to move up the chart, your life changes amazingly. So ultimately, if you're in this level of this creative energy or this expansive energy of love and peace and joy, then you can imagine the quality of life that is possible. Okay, so why is this important? Well, your when we lift. Well, let me go back one so you can kind of see this. So the lower energies are constricting, the higher levels of consciousness are expansive, right? So when you move to the higher levels of consciousness, you're able to have a more expansive life, and your emotional well-being, as you can see, you're in love, joy. So of course your well-being is improved, your stress is reduced, your immune function is boosted, your vitality is enhanced. You can start to, if you've ever heard of the law of attraction, this is where frequency plays into role, because we attract who we are. So if you're living in a lower state, you can continue to attract. If you're in a state of anger, you continue to attract anger situations in your life. When you're in a higher vibration, you start to attract better quality relationships and better health and things like that. So that's one of the main reasons why it's important for you to raise your frequency so that you can have a better life. And it does offer you a chance to really connect to your inner essence. What I mean by that is you'll have an increased sense of intuition, more clarity, this sense of peace, and acceptance of who you are. So you can definitely use this frequency as a tool to enhance your personal development and make you more mindful of your daily state, emotional state. And like I said, your relationships and connections become more harmonious when you're at a higher vibration. So there are three methods I'm going to show you today. The first is muscle testing. And this is how you can use, these are some techniques that I'll be sharing with you today on how you can measure your vibrational frequency. So the first that I use in my practice is kinesiology. It's the science of muscle testing. And you can do this on someone else, or you can do it on yourself, or actually I can do it for you, because another crazy, amazing thing is that we're all connected. We're all connected. And so when we're here together, we're all connected, and I can actually tap into your energy. You can tap into my energy. You are right now. So that's how amazing this is. And basically muscle testing that I do is kinesiology. There's many ways you can do it. The way that I use is this method is called ring and ring, where you go like this with your fingers and you go like this. This is, if you pull, strong means yes, and this means no. So I'm able to be guided and tap into my inner knowing. Sometimes the more that you do this practice, the more that you don't even have to do this, because you get the yes before the answer. So it's really cool how you can develop this spiritual side of you that it's amazing. So today I'm going to teach you a different muscle testing technique that you can do right now. The second is intuitive sensing, like I mentioned. Sometimes now, the more that I do this work, the more that I just have an intuitive ping. I have the answer before, like I don't even have to ask. I know the answer. That's something that can happen for you as well. And the last thing I'm going to teach you is if you have a pendulum, like this is the one that I use. It's saying hi right now. So for me, this means no. I don't even have to, I just have to think it and it does it. Say, so show me no. This is how I tell it. Show me no, show me yes. And it does it around. And it's an amazing tool to have. You can get this at a crystal shop. You don't even have to buy one. You can actually make your own at home with something heavy on a chain, on a necklace. You can, do that, or even a piece of rope with a heavy object underneath it. So those are the three ways. Okay. Now it's time for you to learn how to assess your own frequency. So let me stop share so I can see your faces. Hey, Diana. Hi, James. How are you? Thank you so much for being here today. Hi. Okay. So I'm hoping that you've been good. You've got everything so far. You understand everything about vibrational frequency and energy. You good? Yes. Yay. Okay. And if you have questions, you can ask me later too. But basically, what we're going to learn now is the muscle testing technique that you can use to actually ask yourself questions. This could be anything from, should I eat this piece of cheesecake? Would this piece of cheesecake be good for my body or not be good for my body? So I'm going to demonstrate it for you right now. So basically, let's see if I can stand up. You can't really see my legs, but if you can stand up like this and put your feet shoulder width apart, and you can ask yourself questions. So first I would like you to ask yourself, like, so you can get in tune with yourself, is my name is James, and my body will naturally move backwards. That means no. And if I say my name is Gina, my body will naturally move forward like this. So you can start to you can become a living pendulum. And all you need to do is ask yourself these questions, tap into the feeling. It may be like a little slight bend in your knees so that you don't fall. And then just move, just kind of listen to your body. So you could say, should I take a sip of water right now? It might take a little while. And then it starts to move. So be patient with yourself. That's called the sway test. That's the easiest way without any device. And you're even at the grocery store, you're holding something and you're considering, is this going to be good for my body? Then you can ask yes, no, should I buy this? And then put it down if it's not time to buy it. So that's something you can practice on your own. And like I showed you already, the pendulum, all you need to do is same thing. Start with a baseline and ask, like, my name is Gina. And it will turn around for yes, and no is this way. But you might find that it's opposite for you. So you have to ask it, like, you show me yes. So this is my yes. So you have to communicate with your pendulum and you'll find out what is yes and no for you. So I'm going to jump back into the presentation. Are you good with that? You can practice that later. Yeah, cool. So let me go back to share screen. Okay, so that is how you can assess your vibrational frequencies. Let's go back. Let me tell you, I didn't really tell you this part. That's why. Okay. So this is how I do it. In my practice, I calculate vibrational frequency using my test. So for me, I'll show you how I do it. How do I do my frequency, right? So I say, is my vibrational frequency above 200? I already know where I'm at, but because again, this is this intuition. So I ask, am I over 200, over 300, over 400, over 500? No. So I'm not over 500. I'm not in the love zone. So, but I know I'm over 400. So am I over 450? Yes. 460, 470, 480, 490, 495. No. So I'm not over 495. So now I go back to 490 and I say 490. Am I over 490? 491, 92, 93. So when I get a no, I know that I'm not at 493. I'm at 492. So you can do this with the pendulum as well. When you get this baseline, it's super cool because then you know where you're at. Um, Now, if your frequency is below 200, don't worry about it because most people on the planet have a frequency that's below 200. That's because we're living in a world that is so hustle, bustle, go, go, go. We're outward focused on the doing, and we're really not focused on the being. And that's where slowing down, tapping into how we're feeling, and some practices that we could, do on a daily basis could help us to bring our frequency. And I will share that with you later, some tips and tricks on how you can raise your frequency. Dr. Hawkins found that the majority of people on the planet's frequency is below 200 at around 175, 180, around there. So this is such an empowering tool that most people need to realize they can change it. We all have the power to change our lives with this tool. Okay, so now that you have an idea of how you can tap into your frequency, I'm going to jump back in and share my screen. Okay. Now, so there are many factors that affect our frequency. And first, I'm going to talk about emotions because we're mainly talking about emotions. Emotions can actually, this energy of emotions can get trapped in our body. And if it doesn't move, because energy likes to move, it gets stagnant. It causes blood flow and lymph flow to go off, not flow well in our body. Our energy is not moving well. So we trap emotions. Um, so emotions affect our frequency. I could dive deep into this with you because I love talking about it so much, but basically that's one of the things. Releasing trapped emotions could be helpful for you to raise your frequency. And then the second idea is our thoughts and beliefs affect our frequency. Now, before we can feel anything, we have a thought. So we have a thought or a belief about something, like maybe I had a belief that this water was going to heal me. Guess what? That is a positive belief that will do what I think it will do. But if you had a negative thought or something about something like this was poison, then uh then that thought creates the emotion, which creates fear, right? So if you have an idea that something is bad for you and a belief and a thought that it's not good for you, then for your body, then guess what? You create the outcome that you foresee here. It becomes emotions of terror, fear, all these other emotions build up and causes problems. So that's to pay attention to your thoughts and your beliefs because they create the emotions which create your reality. And the third way that our vibrational frequency is affected. You know what? Let me just jump back into to see you guys again. So you're not just looking at a screen. So our health and well-being affects our frequency. Like I was saying, when we have trapped emotions or thoughts that cause imbalances, it affects our health. So if our health is not so good, then we have a lower frequency naturally. And then there's our environment. Everything in our environment affects us, from the quality of the food that we eat to, our place. If we're messy, if we're not clean, then the frequency of smells can be a problem. The clutter in our lives and around us can affect our frequency as well. And so all of that needs to be considered. And then there's the quality of our relationships. Well, if you have good, healthy relationships, they support you, so your frequency will be naturally raised. And if you have if you're in any toxic, stressful relationships, it lowers your frequency. So to be aware of that. And then there's lifestyle and habits. And this is like, did I get enough sleep? Am I eating the right thing for myself? Am I exercising enough? Or even things like substance abuse can affect our frequency. And the seventh way that our vibration frequency is affected is stress and trauma. They create blockages, energy blockages in our body, and that that we can release as well. So the eighth way is through meditation and other spiritual practices like prayer. Prayer works. It's amazing. Doing mindfulness techniques such as blessing your water before you drink it, being conscious of the healing that is going through your body, and even as it goes through the organs, telling the water what you want. Please go to my liver and cleanse it. Things like that. This could actually be amazing, miraculous medicine for you, water. And as Diana drinks her coffee, just kidding. But anyways, the ninth way is through energy healing, and that's the work that I do. And I actually help people raise their frequency and teach them this stuff so they can take control of their lives. The last way is through, like I mentioned already, is our intentions and our actions. So, for instance, when we act out of compassion and kindness, that raises our frequency. Gratitude, being in a state of gratitude every day, every moment. Again, thank you, water. Thank you for this glorious morning. Thank you for my ability to be here with all of you right now. You know, having gratitude can shift everything. Test it out, okay? I want you to test it. So when you, after this presentation, when you have some time to tap into your frequency, especially after you've had some kind of a stressful moment, tap in, where am I at? And then calculate feeling gratitude. After you feel gratitude, like, oh my God, I'm so happy that even though like I did it, like I was super stressed out, I couldn't sleep, and look what I did, because you know, so you can like totally change the story, the stress, into gratitude, calculate your frequency, and you will notice how it just, gratitude changes everything. So those are the tools or the ways that you can see could be helpful for you. So now I'm going to go back. Oh, wait. There we go. Okay, so those are the 10 factors that affect your frequency. Okay, now these are some techniques to raise your frequency. So again, I'll stop share. So I'd be here. So do you have any practices that you do to raise your frequency, Diana?
Hey, Gina. Good morning. Good
Good
morning, James.
morning.
I have started to, I found this mantra while I was scanning some things, and I put it into practice that when I get up first thing in the morning, that's one of the things that I now started to say every morning. Like I'll say it in the morning before I really get ready and get the kids ready and things. That's the first thing I'll do. Like I'll get up and kind of wake up a little bit, go brush your teeth, whatever, and then I come back and I say it. And I find that it's really been very helpful for me to be consistent with saying that every morning.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right. So when I do meet challenges in the day, like with the kids, where you know everybody's ears aren't working for the day, I I do. I at the moment I deal with what I have to deal with, but when at the end of the day I reflect and I say, thank you for that challenge today. It helped me to, like if the kids aren't really, it helped me to dig deeper and find the patience or find the compassion in whatever whatever was being experienced for the day. So find that that's been helpful to kind of reduce the stress level and put me on a better note before I go to bed. So just some of the little things I'm starting to practice, because caregiving it can wear you down.
Yes,
So
it
yeah,
can.
just finding those little practices to at least boost myself up before I go to bed, so I'm in like a better state of mind when I go to sleep. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, so starting a gratitude list before you go to bed is a great practice as well. Before you do that, even writing down all of the things that you have to do the next day so you clear your mind, then write what you're thankful for. And I love how you turn around the stress in the gratitude and saying, this is the lesson that I learned because of this stress. That's so awesome. Thank you for sharing, Diana. James, do you want to share anything?
Yeah, sure. Because of my health issues that I'm going through, I was in a real dark place before, and I used to ask why I was allowed to wake up. Like I
Mhm.
didn't want to wake up anymore. But for the past maybe 18 months, close to 2 years now, I just say thank you for allowing me to experience today. And my behavior at home has gotten to the point to where it's affecting my family life. And when I recognize that, you know, I I realize that I have to miss them every time I don't see them, even if it's for like 10 minutes. I need to miss my family and say, "Oh, I miss you guys. Come here." I give my son, I give my daughter, I give my wife a hug as much as possible. They're getting used to it now because I'm not a huggy bear, but
Good.
but but yeah,
Maybe you
it,
are
it,
a huggy bear.
well, no, no, well, I'm trying to be because it's just like the energy, like you said. I didn't know how to describe it until I heard you talking about. But I'm selfish. I steal their energy to make me feel better.
Mm,
I want to be able to do the reverse, so they don't feel weird. Like, oh, why is Dad so touchy? Why is Dad always saying, "Good morning, how you doing? I love you." And it's kind of a different thing for them. And
and
they're
you,
they're getting they're getting used to it.
and you're getting used to it.
No, oh, no, I'm embracing it.
Good.
So maybe, yeah, so maybe it's a little too much, but it's good. Yeah.
Awesome. I love that. My son was an introvert and he was not a huggy person. And one of my love languages is you know, uh,
Physical.
physical touch, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I taught him how to hug. Oh my God, he is the best hugger now. And I'm so proud of myself for teaching him about hugging, because
No, yeah.
yeah, it's so beautiful to have that connection, that physical love. So good. I'm
You can
happy.
feel it. No, no, you can feel it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it is true. Okay, so I'm so happy that I'm here with you and I can share this with you. So speaking on what Diana's talking about, caregiving, and sometimes I get really frustrated with the situation. And one of the tools that I have now, and we all do because we live on an island, is we go to the beach, jump in the ocean, cleanse this energy body because salt water, does that. And so that's one of my practices. And what I also did last night, because it was late at night, was I mixed together some Hawaiian salt and lavender essential oil. And I put that in the tub and I sat in that. And oh my God, I felt I gotta go sleep right now. I'm ready. It was so good. So cleansing your energy body is possible with salt water, with sunlight is also good for you to get outdoors in nature, do some grounding. That helps too, like just to put all of like literally visualize all of the stress is moving down your body into the ocean or into the earth and transmuted and taken away from you. And it's amazing. Okay. So some other practices that I have besides that are changing my vibration frequency is I learned this because after I had a major life turn like flop upside down in 2020. I fell into a big, deep depression hole. And I would spend a lot of time on the couch. And what I learned in it through this group coaching program that I was in is that I control my frequency and I control my emotions, and I can choose to drop it or could hold on to it. And sometimes I do want to hold on to it. Sometimes I'm just like, ah, and I just want to hold on to it. I want to experience it, like all of the frustration and the anger, and I just want to feel it. And then sometimes I'm just like, I'm ready for it to go, you know? So, but it's important for us to feel it really so that it can be released, because that's actually how we trap emotions, is we just suppress it, suppress it. It's okay. It's okay. Everything's wonderful today. And it's not. And so when we suppress it, that causes a problem. We have to express it. So one of the things that I learned at that time of my depression is turn the music on and move my body, dance around like a crazy person around the table. Nobody's watching. And that's what I did. That's one of the things that I did to learn to how to shift my frequency. So it was, to me, it was a very powerful lesson that I learned there. So many things you can do. Just be aware of the relationships that you're in. You want them to be healthy and nurturing and not toxic. So any toxic relationships, you want to like distance yourself so that you can have this time connect to yourself and raise your frequency. I do energy healing on myself, on my mom. That helps a lot for both of us here in the house, my son as well. And then yeah, just being more aware of the quality of the food that I'm ingesting, and gratitude. Like I said, thank you for this food. Thank you for this day. It's such an important practice for all of us to really, even as parents, all of us here, to teach our children and our grandchildren the importance of gratitude. So let's see what else I have left in the presentation. I think this is towards the end, and I know that James has to leave early. So here we go, the summary. So now, just so you know, if you find yourself below 200, don't freak out, because it's literally, this frequency goes like this. It's always moving. It's down, and then you can shift it. You can shift it right up, like right away. So, you know, just be aware of that. And there's so many things that influence it. So just to be more alert to the environment, to yourself, to everything. Mostly your thoughts. Be aware of your thoughts and know that you can actually ask yourself, if you're in a negative, which we all do, we all have the judge, the saboteur mindset. And so if we ever find ourselves thinking negative thoughts or beliefs, ask yourself, is this really the truth? Because most times what we're thinking is bullshit. And so to just tune into that is like, and to tell yourself, stop it, stop it, stop it. I'm not listening to you. You are not me. So anyways, we can actually consciously make improvements in our lives by focusing on these changes and realizing that we have an opportunity with using our frequency to develop our lives on a higher level, and to not only, what this does is help ourselves, but it helps everybody around us. When we're at a higher frequency, it affects everything around us, other people, other opportunities, relationships, money, you know, all of that happens because of us, because of who we are. So are you ready to take the first step towards raising your vibrational frequency and unlocking the path to more joyful, fulfilling, and empowered life? Yes. That's it. So now we're going to open up to a question and answer. I am going to tell you that I'm here for you. When you're ready, you need some energy healing or coaching, I'm here for you. And you know how to reach me, because we're friends. And now I'm going to open up to you and let you tell me a little bit about what you thought, or if you have any questions.
Well, I did the ring test, you know, your two fingers.
Yeah.
Um, at 7:20 a.m. it was about 187.
Mhm.
So yeah, It needs to be risen.
How is it now? That's great. So now think of some gratitude. Like think of this hug, like you're actually in your mind hugging your kids. Now let's raise that frequency up and see what it's at.
My wife just came home, and I don't know if you saw me, but I was telling her I love you, and because she just came back home from picking up ice. So
Uh-huh. James,
yeah,
208. You're at 208.
one.
I
I'm
got.
at 208.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Or I got to 199. Hold on. Yeah, it's at 200. Yeah, I got 204.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
awesome. There's something I didn't tell you that I think would be important for you, James, is, and all of us really, but we have these cords, etheric cords, and like I was talking about relationships, and sometimes there's toxic relationships, and that can drain our energy. But also these cords, these etheric cords, can actually be released. So when you release the cords, your frequency jumps up like that. So most times when there's an area of our body that's in pain or has an issue, like a health issue in our body, that's where our body's more susceptible to this cord. Healthy relationships are in your heart. You have this love relationship, but there are other like parts of your body that can have these cords that literally drain you. And in order for you to heal, you need to release them so that you can raise your frequency. Yeah. Because when you make the frequency, make your energy move faster, then that's where your immune system boosts and all of that beautiful magic.
Yeah, because I recently quit my job, which was pretty. I mean, I loved my job, but my managers were the worst, and so I decided to just leave.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I even went as far as cleaning rental cars. It almost killed me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you saw my post, but oh my God, that work was so intense. I'm too old. I can't keep up with the young boys. But
Yeah.
I just wanted to bring income into the house,
Mm-hmm.
something. And so, I did that, and I got an interview. I got a job offer, and things are a lot better now.
Great. I'm happy to hear that.
Thank you.
Yes, and I'm definitely taking you up on that cheesecake offer one day.
Oh yeah, no, no, no,
He's
no, no,
baking
no,
a
definitely.
sourdough bread and
Yeah, no,
cheesecake.
no, I know. I just started my sourdough starter to kick it back up again because it was kind of dormant. So I gotta kick it back up. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. I'm on today's day 3, so hopefully in the next couple of days my starter will be active again.
Yeah, great. So wonderful. Dana, you have
Good
anything
job,
else?
James.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Gina, you're so right. Like, it's for me, it's about the thoughts that go up in here, and being able to, like you said, like, no, this is not who I. That's your opinion of me, but this is not who I am, and to be able to just say, okay, but that's your opinion, that's your thought, and I don't have to absorb it. And it's one thing that I am working on is not absorbing that and believing in myself that I am, not that opinion, so it's something I'm working on. So, and it is a challenge, it's
Yeah.
like years of just keeping that in your head, right? And now changing the narrative and changing the story and saying that's not you because that's not what you believe and that's what somebody else believes, right? So yeah,
Mhm.
working on that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You have yet, James doesn't know this, but I do free a pranic healing in Kailua on Thursdays. And this is another way that we can actually cleanse your energy body and even go into the organs and cleanse and energize them. Super powerful work, and it's free to the community. So yeah.
One day, Gina, I will get there.
Yeah.
One day.
Yeah. So awesome. So thank you all for coming. If that's all, you have any more questions or anything? No? You good?
Good.
Okay, cool. So I just want to say thank you for being here. And I am just so happy to share this information because I find it super important and for us to take the power back in our lives and realize we control our thoughts, we control our emotions. We can say, no, I do not feel like this is an alignment with me and change the direction, right?
Mhm.
So I'm all about empowerment. And also, one of the cool things that's happening right now is there's a big portal of energy that's opening and is starting to have like this energetic and this energy coming down to us. And it is this thing that we're building to on 8/8, August 8th, the Lionsgate portal. So this is the
Yeah.
perfect time to do some manifestation work and to really tap into abundance. And that can mean anything, an abundance of health, abundance of money, a relationship quality, whatever you want. This is the time to tap into that. So I'm going to have a healing for this, a free healing, a group healing. I haven't put it together yet, but stay tuned. And you put you on my email list, so you'll be notified in the next week when this healing will be. And I'm looking forward to it. I've done it for 2 years already, and it's been really powerful. The energy of a group in this work is so stay tuned for that and have a wonderful weekend. I really appreciate you. Reach out anytime.
Thank you, Gina.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Appreciate you and all your knowledge.
Yeah.